I think it was like 3 or 4 days. Ran out of fucking veins in the arm. So I started hacking at my feet, and then my feet kind of boom, and then I was literally on my own, and I was dehydrated because I hadn't been walking, and I kept spasming like that because I had no salts or electrolytes in my body.
Yeah.
And I was doing that, and then I was cramping, and then I couldn't stand up, and I had to stand up to stop the cramp, but I couldn't stand up because my feet was, and then I had to call the ambulance. They had to take me in, and I caught sepsis. I was in hospital for 5 days. On that one. Came out 5 days after, got back on it again. That didn't stop me.
Welcome to From Rock Bottom, the podcast where we explore real stories of struggle, survival and strength. Each weekly episode features honest conversations with people who faced mental health battles, addiction, trauma and life's darkest moments, and found a way to rise again. A quick content warning. Some of the topics we discuss may be distressing or triggering. We talk openly about mental health, addiction and other sensitive issues. Please listen with care, and if you need to, take a break or reach out for support. You're not alone, and this space is here to remind you of that.
Boom, and we are on. Today I am joined by Mason Cross. Now usually, before my guest turns up, I'm pacing up and down, thinking of a little intro of how I can introduce you. Mm-hmm. But I think yours is very straight to the point. And it's probably an episode title, I'm not sure yet. But here's Mason Cross. Crystal meth to OnlyFans. Here he is.
Mason after meth.
There we are.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, Mason after meth.
Yeah.
Mason, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks you, mate. Yeah, I'm all good.
I appreciate you coming here today. I've been looking forward to this last few days.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, mate, just like everyone, take me back to your childhood. Take me to the start.
So I grew up in Devon and had a nice childhood. And I moved up from Devon when I was 22 to the big city of Birmingham. Because obviously Devon's lovely, but it's very quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Grew up on a farm. I still go down there. My family is still there. So I have the best of both worlds. I go up there and have the city life. So yeah, a lovely childhood.
What was the dynamics growing up?
How do you mean?
Like mum, dad around,
mum, dad,
everything,
sister,
fine.
yeah.
Was you ever exposed to anything?
No.
Like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? What was your understanding about drugs and mental health and all that
Do you know
stuff
what?
growing
Funny
up?
you say that, because I've just had my niece and nephew for the weekend, and they're only 12, and they say stuff, and I'm like, how the fuck do you know that? They've actually brought crystal meth up this week, and they don't know nothing about me.
Yeah.
And I said, why are you saying that? Why are you? They said, we've learned it in school. And mate, I genuinely didn't even. I was aware of what weed was, cannabis, but certainly not coke, not even coke or anything, drugs really. I think they teach it too young now.
I think growing up for me, it was just weed and smackhead. That's all I knew growing up.
I lived in Birmingham, so I grew up in Devon, so I had a better chance in life. I'm joking. No, but we weren't exposed to that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Lived in the country, so that we don't.
Yeah.
You know.
So your understanding growing up was just weed and that's it. Yeah.
Cigarettes and drink and but I think drugs are very more in kids' brains these days.
Yeah.
Because they get to see it more as well on social media.
Yeah, a lot more awareness. And...
Yeah. But they know all the nicknames. They'd learnt it in school, and I was a bit horrified.
Yeah. But growing up for you...
But growing up, no childhood traumas, nothing like that, no.
What was your understanding of mental health growing up? Like, to me, growing up, for example, like, I always used to think if you never heard of depression, it's either someone's normal or they're a fucking nutcase.
Yeah, exactly. Mental health, what did I think? I don't think I ever came across it, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't till probably... my early 20s, I'm 38 now, early 20s, I realised what mental health was.
Yeah.
And then I realised because I had it myself.
I think that goes for everyone. Like I said, it's either like growing up, it's normal or he's going to the fucking nut around.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were or if you felt a bit down, you were told to snap out, man up, get on with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, obviously that's fine. It's trying to gather an understanding of what you understood as a child.
Yeah. Mental health wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, was it?
No, not at all.
When we were growing up.
Not at all.
it was only 20 years, 15 years, 20 years, but it's such a difference.
Stop exposing us.
Yeah. You know, it's such a difference, isn't it? Like everything, you look back 20 years, you think, some of the stuff that was even on telly then, life's changed so much, isn't it?
Yeah, we used to play out.
You know?
Yeah.
No, and we used to have a landline.
Yeah.
And if someone rang you, we never had a cordless one, so the living room landline was in the living room.
Fucking stand there, yeah.
Listening and listening. Or if you rang them, we're like, 2 minutes, phone bell.
Yeah, different time, mate. But with you, and I suppose it is a important part of your story as well, your sexuality.
Yeah.
What point does that creep in? And
so I had, I would, if it labels, I suppose, technically, in a way, I suppose I'm bi, more gay. So I always had girlfriends growing up, and then I realised I like men.
How old was you at this point when you realised you wanted a bit of men?
19, 20. But I never went. People say to me, "Oh, did you go with these girls?" I never went with it. I've never have been with a girl. I never went with a girl to keep anyone off the scent.
Yes.
I never went. I had girlfriends. I used to take girlfriends home. None of that was ever to soften the blow or kind of hide my tracks. That was never the case. Anyone I went with, I wanted to go with.
How come now? Like, it's when you're 19 you realise that. Why not realise when you're hitting puberty, for example, and you're getting attracted to things?
Well, you must know. I stopped off in a.
I don't even know what I don't know where this is going.
Stopped off in a. I needed a wee on the A road, and I stopped off and went into the toilet, and there was a man, and he was driving a Cadbury. I remember his little Cadbury van, and this was down in Devon, so it wasn't nothing to do with Birmingham. And he sucked me off in the toilet. That was my first sexual experience, actually. It was a gay one, anyway.
Oh, fuck me.
Can't beat Cadbury chocolate.
But
sorry.
No, it's just obviously I'm not gay, so I don't understand.
He is. You want to see what he just did to me? No, fuck, I'm joking.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's just like you're kind of like growing up to think, boys are with girls and all that, and then like when you hit puberty, it's like I like girls. Whereas you seem like a bit of a late bloomer to that party.
Yeah, and then I think a lot to do with my mental health was because I did have to hide that then for a while because my sister's lesbian, and it's only me and her, and I thought she came out, and I thought, well, how can I ever come out? And I always remember once my mum and dad saying something, oh, we can't wait to have grandkids. Well, obviously, I'm talking 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So back then, if you can't have kids, if you need a man and a woman to have a kid.
Yeah.
But my sister and her partner, I've got a niece and nephew, 12, they're twins, through IVF. So they had their grandkids. But I had to live that life. When I moved up to Birmingham, I was the real me in Birmingham. But every time when I went back to Devon, I had to pretend that I was straight and all that.
Yeah.
So later on, I had to start pretending. And it was stupid, really, because when I did come out, everyone was like, it's fine, they were all good. My grandparents, there's no issues with anyone.
Yeah. It's just that pressure inside your own head, isn't it?
Yeah. What else did you ask me? You asked me something else about being gay, wasn't it, or something? Oh, yeah, so then obviously, I go with women now, but I prefer men. I would say I'm 70-30.
Yeah.
I would say I'm 70-30. I get cravings for women.
Out of curiosity, what's your type of women? Want to be the 30%? I bet they're very niche.
Well, when I was on drugs, when I was on meth, I've very, very varied. Very varied. I don't want to offend anyone, so I need to be careful what I say, but it was very, very varied, very mixed bag. People I probably wouldn't normally go with a straight head, sober head, or not straight head, a sober head. I could tell you a story, but I'm not going to go there because I can be careful.
But your sober head, what's your type?
Oh, sober head. I like fake tits. I do like a pair of fake tits. I'm not worried about the ass. I'm not into massive ass. I have been with I went with a Nigerian woman a couple of months. I can show you actually. She messaged me when I left, and she took a picture of her bed, and I made her squirt everywhere, and it was wet. And she was like, "You made me do this," and I was really impressed because we had a threesome with another black guy, and he couldn't make her squirt, and I made her squirt.
Beat him to it.
So that was really good. So I showed him how it was done. So that is a big aspect. Oh yeah, so good looking, maybe tan, nice, probably stereotypical kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But 70% gay and then
30%
straight. Yeah.
We went on a lads' holiday once, a gay holiday. Me and my mates to where did we go? Greece, Mykonos, and I didn't sleep with one guy because I had one of my cravings, my straight weeks, and I wanted to go with women. We went on a boat party. I said, "Where's he gone?" I was downstairs. I remember licking this girl out, and I went back up on top of the board of the boat, and they were like, "What have you been doing?" I said, "I've just got with her." He was like, "You're joking. That's his boyfriend. That's her boyfriend over there." That says more about her, really.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. With you, like, how do you like? Without offending anyone, like I can tell you're gay, yeah, or bisexual, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you like men, it's still gay on you.
Yeah.
I'd say. So how would you get women?
I think some.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. You're going to approach a woman, they go, "You're gay."
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. I think sometimes they like that. I don't know. See, yeah. So if I go with a woman, it's funny. A girl would normally, or a woman would normally go to me, "I'm not doing up the arse," and I'd say to them, "I don't want to, because I can do that with a man.
Yeah.
If I'm going with you, I want to go in the front entrance,
Yeah.
not round the back."
Yeah. It's the whole point. I
So
suppose,
that's normally the first thing they'll say. If I want to sleep with you, I'm not doing anal. I said, "I don't want to do anal. I want to go. I want to experience
the front bum.
the front bum,
Yeah.
pussy bum. They have to be clean."
Yeah.
Because I've had some traumas in the past. Smelly and that.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Disco funny.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Anyway.
Yeah. Back to you. And not the women. So yeah. Growing up, what was your education like? What were you like in school?
Little fucker.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't too bad. I've got ADHD, so I think looking back now, and it's diagnosed. I'm not one of these saying it's ADHD. I am on pills. I'm on medication for it. I didn't even know I had ADHD, and I was seeing a psychiatrist through my depression and other things. And then he started doing this test on me, and I didn't know what he was doing. He was like, "Mate," you didn't say mate, but he said, I think you've got signs of ADHD." I went for assessments, loads of assessments, and yeah. So I think back then my attention was low, and I'd play up. But now looking back, probably, I mean, you know what it's like back then. There was people that we went to school with. You look now and you think, "Oh fucking hell, he was ADHD."
Yeah.
But he was a little class clown or a little shit.
Just a bit hyperactive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't do very well at school, but I did very well because I've got common sense. I'm not massively brainy, but I've got common sense. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I know how, and you can't teach common sense. You've either got it or you haven't. And that's one thing I'll say. I've got common sense.
Yeah. So what was your plans for leaving school? Like, what did
I
you
didn't know what to
aspire
do, so I went to do a business studies course, which I passed just. And then I had other jobs. I've always had good jobs. But I was a housing manager for 10 years. I've been an advisor at the job centre, but my recent one was I was a director of my own cleaning company. And then that's when it all started going downhill.
Yeah, which we're going to come to.
Yeah.
But when you're teenager,
Yeah.
like when I was young, I started experimenting with alcohol
Yeah.
when I was like 13, 14, with the old Frosty Jacks. What was your experience with it?
Nothing like that. I wasn't one of these, because we lived in the middle of nowhere. So we had friends that would do the whole Frosty Jacks, White Lightning in the park. We never did that.
Yeah.
So we were 7 miles from the nearest town. We were in the middle of nowhere. So it was nothing like that. Used to go out and get pissed up and all that, the usual, like a teenager does. But drink was never an issue. Never touched or even saw a drug until I was 23. Never even touched a drug.
Yeah. So growing up, you're a normal kid, to be honest.
Yeah. Just usual, going out, nothing like that. And then it was when at 23, I tried my first drug, I think.
So before we get to the drugs, you're 19, you come out of the closet, everyone's happy. Were you ever battling with yourself in your head? Like, am I gay, am I not gay, am I gay, am I not gay?
No.
Or you just go, yeah, fuck it, I'm gay?
It's what it is. In fact, because I came out and then I said to my mum, my family were quite open, I said, I slept with a woman this week, or given, She said, I thought you were gay. She said, stop coming. She said, just say you're gay now. You've done the whole coming out. Don't keep fucking confusing people. But I'm just very fluid now. And I know people will look at this. They'll go, he's right camp. He's right this, that and the other. You can do what you want. I don't care. That's what I've got no, people. What I say to people, and what I'll say to people now, they'll go, oh, he's gay. He's trying to hide. I've got nothing to hide. I wouldn't be on here else, would I? Mm-hmm. I've got nothing to hide. Everyone knows I'm gay. So it's not like I'm saying I'm bi. Do you know what I mean? Because most gay people will come out as bi first.
Yeah, to soften the blow.
Soften the blow.
Yeah.
I don't need to do that. So I've just been honest.
Yeah.
Now, people can look at me now on this podcast and go, he's this, that, and the other, he's camp. All right, fair enough. But I know what I like.
Yeah.
And I don't need to bullshit and say, oh, I go with women, you know.
Yeah.
So.
They can pay for the videos if they want it proving.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's never been like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the curiosity, like you said, some people do dampen the blow, and like, I think with who I am as well, like I would be arguing myself, like, am I gay, am I gay, am I gay? Then I'd be worried in case I come out the closet and I actually wasn't gay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just
You see a lot of people do that. Guys you go with, they're a bit unsure, then you know they shoot a load and then they're like riddled with guilt. Like, oh, I'm not gay, I'm not gay.
Yeah. But did you know from your first experience with Mr. Cadbury?
Bless him. What he's doing now. Yeah, I kind of knew. Yeah. But I knew I'd like, so I just thought, I don't know if I know why. Yeah, I just thought, oh, go with it. Like I say, I'm more gay, but I just go with, I think if people were more honest, a lot of people would, you know, there's a lot of straight guys out there now that have said, oh, do you know what, I'm actually bi. I think it's becoming a bit more accepted now.
Yeah.
You know, I think people are a bit more open to it. And we'll come into that in a bit, because obviously gay for pay, but, you know, because I'm in the adult industry, so a lot of guys are doing that now. A lot of questions are they really gay if they're doing adult gay for pay? But, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think looking at you, you just go with what your body likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the time, you know.
Yeah.
But obviously, using meth, which we'll come on to, you do stuff that you don't want to, you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
It's such a heavy drug. You do stuff, you know, you do want to go with people you wouldn't normally.
Yeah. So when you're 23, you start the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you get into that?
Just coke and MCAT.
So that's how you start. That's your starter.
Yeah. And then I had a bit of an issue with drugs back then, probably mid-20s.
Did it start off like on the weekend as a party?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
And it's becoming more, sessions were coming along. And then I MCAT, and then I just came off. It was an issue, and I stopped drugs completely for about 5 years.
Okay. So, the coke, the MCATs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, GHB.
Yeah.
Day rate. You know what GHB is?
No.
Oh, GHB.
What's that?
It's massive. GHB is liquid. And I was doing that when I was doing meth. So it's date rape. So, but a lot is used in the gay community, not for raping anyone like that. If it's, I'm not condoning it, but it's used. A lot of gay men use it. If it's done, you'll be very, very careful. I know people that have died. You go a mil over or half a mil over, you're dead. So if it's done correctly, it gives you a very nice experience, makes you horny, makes you very chilled. But if you do too little, too much, you go under and can die. I know 3 people that have died.
Do you not see that as a big fucking risk?
Yeah, but yes, it can be. But I've always, as mad as I am, and as all the drugs I've done, always been safe. Always been safe. Even when I had sessions at mine, people would be coming in, oh, do me some judo. I was like, no, you come up here and we'll do it together.
Yeah.
Even when I was injecting people, you know, because people used to inject, but they couldn't inject themselves.
Yeah.
And I'd say, well, I'll do it because I could do it.
Yeah. And
they go, oh, I can't feel anything. And my answer to them was always, you can come up, you can't come down. So you start off lit. No one's going to die on my watch.
Yeah.
So I was always although I'd done all the drugs, I was mad, it's gone, and I was an addict, I never left the room. I was always in the room, I was always sensible.
Yeah.
You know, I was always very, very sensible. I was always very sensible. Who took what, when took what. if someone was being a bit weird with meth, because they'd be a bit paranoid and start acting weird in my house, I'd wait until they come back down to normality, and then they'd say, "Oh, should we do it?" I'd say, "No, if you'd like to leave now." Because one guy started acting really weird. He reckoned there was a Chinese woman on my bed. I ran in, I didn't know what he was on about. There's nothing there. Then he accused me of recording him because he saw the airwick plug-in with the red lights on the top. He reckons I was recording. I said, "No, it's an airwick plug-in." So I thought, I can't be dealing with that. So I was always very careful. But yeah, you can do. I've known people, there was someone in Birmingham, he knocked it back, he thought it was a drink, and then he died. He took a taxi to go home, and he died on the taxi on the way home.
Fucking hell.
GHB is massive.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's wheel cleaner, I think.
Nice.
Because a lot of the dealers used to message me when I had my cleaning company and ask if I could get it, because I had a limited company.
Yeah.
They could come, they'd ask you to go and get it. You could import it. I think it was normally imported from Germany. Yeah. And then I didn't entertain that.
Yeah. But this little 5-year stint you was doing.
What, clean?
No. No.
Beyond
your your first.
First
drug binge, was that 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you was 20.
Yeah.
When you was 23.
About 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Like, did you see the progression in itself, or did you just go in with it thinking you're having a good time?
What, progression of it getting into an addict?
No, worsening.
Yeah. More frequent, losing weight. Yeah, it was much more doing it. You know, wanted to go to the gym, was too tired, so I would do a bump of MCAP before I go to the gym.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, I was a fucking housing manager at the time, and I remember going in someone's house and doing it. I was upstairs to use your loo a minute, just to keep going.
Yeah.
I've always, even then, after my 2 stints of being addict, before and after, always functioned. I always functioned.
Yeah. Most addicts do. That's the scary thing, I think. Yeah, because you expect a drug addict to be on the street corner. Yeah. Whereas they're amongst us.
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, we'll come on to that. Remind me, I've been in sessions where doing meth, and someone's injected. Well, I'll tell you now. Someone's injected meth at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then 6 o'clock he's got up and went, "Guys, I've got to leave. I've got to get to work." I was like, "What? Oh, okay. What do you do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm a surgeon.
Fucking hell.
Working at one of the big hospitals." I was like, "God, I hope everyone's having a fucking new knee today."
Oh yeah.
Their fucking knee will end up on their tits. But yeah, I've seen it, mate. I've seen it. Teachers, headmasters. You know, I'm not naming it, but you know, generally, yeah. I've had them all.
In this first stint, obviously you're slowly dropping into addiction.
Yeah.
And like you said, you was doing it in people's houses at the time when you was at work.
Yeah.
And at the time you think that's just you, fuck it, why not, having a good time. But then in hindsight you're thinking...
I knew it wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
And it got to a point, it was my neighbour that took me to the side, bless her, and she took me and she just kind of said, "Enough's enough now." And then I got help from the family, they all knew, so I kind of got help.
Yeah.
Didn't go into rehab or anything, just kind of took myself away from Birmingham for a couple of weeks and just got clean and just stayed away and I got through it. I just got through it. Yeah. I think it's easier to come off.
What was your sex like in that time?
Weird. It was weird because the first stint, not a lot. There wasn't a lot of sex going. See, when I was my first stint of being addict, we'd all go out clubbing because it was a different type of drug. So you're using your coke and your MCAP.
Your party drugs.
Yeah, your party drugs. So we'd all finish the club about 7, 8 in the morning, and they all knew to go back to mine. Everyone would. 20 people in my apartment, but it was sessions where it was chilled. It was a session where everyone would have their clothes on and not doing anything seedy or anything. It was just stay there till about Sunday tea time, and then everyone would go home.
I think because cocaine is relatively a clean drug.
Yeah.
The users tend to be quite clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a seedy drug.
No.
Yeah. So, how come you decided to get clean on that period?
Some strong words, people noticing stuff, and just having a word with myself and just going, yeah, enough's enough now. People seeing a change in my habit. Just feeling down all the time, losing too much weight, and just feeling like shit. And also, I think my biggest one was losing too much money.
Yeah.
Because I had savings and they all went. And then what went the thing? Once I've got something to focus on, and I could see something progress. It's better for me. So when I came off there, what I felt, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start saving money. So I'll save money. How much would I spend this weekend if I was going out? How much would I spend money on drugs? And I put that away. And then once I start seeing that money top up, it's like a drug. Oh, you keep chasing it.
Yeah.
So that was my thing.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll come on to my second stint of being an addict in a bit. And I had another reason for stopping and why that's helped me. But that was money. That was doing something and you think, oh, this is good, 500, 600 quid, 700. And then when it gets to 1,000 or 4 figures, it's like, oh yeah, keep going.
You think you just outgrew it?
Yeah.
Because at this, how old would you have been at this point? 25, 7, 8?
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, and you kind of, I think that's like a growing up age. You probably just passed the growing up age.
I mean, it was getting a bit, it was getting a bit
shit,
and then same old people, and the same old shit.
Same old conversations.
And, oh, I love you. Do you know what I mean? Those fucking conversations, oh, we're going to see you again, taking it, fucking hearing from them again, do you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those shitty conversations.
Yeah. What was your social circle like at that time? Were there like gay people, bisexual people? Or...
Yeah, gay and bi.
Yeah.
Yeah. But went through a stage on the gay community. It was very much, it's weird how we get, so back then everyone was doing drugs in the club, in the bars. You don't get this, well, you probably do get it now. You don't get it so much now because I think the drugs have moved on to a bit deeper in the gay community now. They've gone on to crystal meth and stuff, and you can't really do that, and GHB, you can't really do that in a club. Because it's not so, you can't, it takes more, you've got to be a bit more kind. You do a bump with coke, you do a bump of MCAT or whatever, so you can get away with it. With GHB and crystal meth, you can't.
Yeah.
Because you need to be fucking making sure, and also, they're not really party drugs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that as well, yeah.
Because GHB will make you chilled and then like horny. You don't really want that in a club, in a party environment. Yeah. So yeah, I think people stay in now. It's why these clubs and bars are closing because no one goes out because they just stay in, and they're doing everything in the house, smoking the tinas, injecting it, or whatever. In
this first period, when you are stuck on the coke and the MCAT and that, the party drugs, the clean drugs, you know what I mean? Stuff what isn't really frowned upon, is it? Do you know what I mean? People call you a cokehead, but it is what it is. But they're not classed as dirty drugs. Yeah. Did you ever see people on meth and fucking heroin and all that stuff? Nah. So it's still at this point.
No.
Nah. Would your opinion at that point, like people on meth for fucking crackheads, smackheads,
gross,
yeah. How much money would you say you'd spend on average on a fucking session?
Don't know, because I've always been very kind as well, too generous.
I can imagine.
Oh, so don't worry, I'll get it.
I imagine you fund a session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back at mine now, mate, I don't know, if I'm honest. I don't know. You know, we're talking, if I'm probably looking back now, thousands over time.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but I don't know, it depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was one of those twats that would always, not everyone, my close friends who were there, because I don't hang around with people like that, the freeloaders weren't my friends.
Yeah.
The people who were my friends, they would always come with something, always have something, always, they say, oh, I've just put 30 in your account or something. But the fucking freeloaders, when looking back at photos now, and you think, who the fuck was that in the house? Or half the time, every weekend you'd see something like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
But they're the freeloaders. Probably little skets, and then they've got, do you know what I mean? They can't get home, and yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine you being that type to
help everyone. I'm very accommodating. I'm very, what's the word? When you help, I like making people feel welcome. There's no other way to make them feel welcome than put a key under their nose. Come in.
Yeah.
You know.
So you decided to get clean. You're spending too much money. You can't be asked for it anymore.
Yeah.
Was it easy for you to leave that first time?
Leave the drugs?
Like leave that lifestyle?
Yeah, because some of my other friends stayed in that lifestyle. So then I started seeing things. I thought, oh, shit, wish I was that. But then it started getting really dark with them. And I could see them going down, and I thought I'd made the right decision.
Yeah. Just like for me, like when, obviously I told you briefly, like I got pancreatitis, I was hospitalised.
Yeah.
Went to the pub with the boys in the wheelchair, still drinking and that kind of stuff, like because I didn't want to miss out.
I know.
The only way I could be social was by being in with the pub with the boys. That's what we did.
Yeah.
And I like fucking golf.
I'm all or nothing though.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I was the most extreme person.
So I was all when I was doing it. But then when I took myself away, I was all about saving the money and changing. When I made my mind up, I've already made my mind up. Do you know what I mean? So that helped. But I mean, I could see them escalating, them, not looking good. And I thought, fuck, I have made the right decision here. And I was kind of looking down on them. I think you can't fucking say that. You've just done the same.
No, I suppose when you are away for something for so long, like you can look at people, like you can look at a cokehead now and go, fucking look at the state of you poor cunt. Like,
I always feel, if I see someone now, whatever drug, I think, oh God, you're going to feel like shit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like last Sunday, I got up early because I was going down to London to do a scene, and I was walking through town like 8 o'clock in the morning, and you could see the people that were leaving the club or just going on a session, and it still makes me feel ill now.
Yeah.
You think, oh God, I know you've got the same clothes on from last night. You feel like shit. I don't think I could do it. I couldn't do it now.
Nah, I couldn't hack it. I'm fucking
My
tired every
mental
night,
health
half
would
nine.
stick it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in bed by like 8.
Yeah, me and the missus is the exact same, mate. In bed, fucking telly on.
Yeah.
Happy as Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I do go for a drink now, it's fine. But I'd rather go out. It's like there's a lot of daytime discos now. They start at 3 and finish at 9.
Yeah.
It's fucking perfect, isn't
Yeah.
it? And the sober ones, they do a lot of sober ones now.
Yeah.
You can do. But yeah, drink's not a problem for me. Never has been really.
Yeah. But in that period, so now you're sober, after the first stint, and you're transitioning. You're concentrating on stacking money. You're seeing some of your old circle looking rough, being rough. Then what was your period of life like at this time?
Back to normal again.
Working.
Feeling better. Always worked, but feeling better. And then I think then my friends came off it as well after they realised in the end, and then we all kind of got back to sobriety and and then I'd still have a bit of coke. Don't get me wrong, I'd still go out. I'd go out and still do a bit of coke now and then, but I was on it all the time before.
So you were dabbling.
Yeah, I'm still dabbling,
Yeah.
but I had it under control.
Yeah. What about relationships? So
I don't do relationships.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just trying to see what it was like for maintaining.
No, I
and
don't
stuff.
do this. Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Because I like being single. I like nothing to do with not that I'm a player. Nothing to do with that. But I've always been on my own. I've been on my own. I did have a couple of relationships, 6-7 months. Nothing to do with them. It's me. They want the issue. It's me because I just like being on my own.
Yeah.
I've been on my own since I was 20. I moved up from Devon, Birmingham, and I've been on my own ever since. Always lived on my own. The thought of living with someone else, hate sharing a bed.
Yeah.
My sister just stayed with me with the kids, and normally I was sharing the bed with her, and the 2 kids will go. I put 2 little beds up, so I didn't. I said I can't do it. I can't sleep with someone.
Yeah.
I can't sleep. No.
So your drug problems in reality were only affecting you and you alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one else.
Yeah.
No one else.
Yeah. So your period of sobriety, you're normal, living life, dabbling every now and then, but it's under control. Go from there.
And then lockdown started.
So how long was you clean for? Well, not sessioning for.
I was clean properly. I didn't touch a drug for 2-3 years, and then I would dabble.
Yeah.
Then I was dabbling up to, and that was when it was in and out. I could really, genuinely could take it or leave it. And then lockdown started. I started my own business, and then you weren't meant to meet people, were you, and stuff? But I've never met as many people. People went around all the time, and then I just started getting on it. But by the time I came back to sessions, then it changed. You weren't going out, so the meth had come in. This new drug had come in. So then that's where it all changes.
Tell me about the first time meth was introduced to you. Because even if the peak of me being a cokehead, someone put meth in front of me, I'd say, fuck off, you meth head.
A couple of times it was, and I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to know it.
So what did you crack?
I don't know.
Could you just be
Do you
so
know what, mate? I
fucked
genuinely
up
can't
anyway?
remember. I just think, oh, fuck it, it'll be alright. And I could see other people having a, you know what I mean? Oh, and I just think, oh, fuck it, I'll do it. And then once you're under... But then it wasn't like that, because it didn't really take me straight away. But I started smoking it. If I'm honest with you, yes, there was an issue when I was smoking it. I still had it was when I first injected it. And that's when it's...
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know where to go with it. And I'm not going to, I'll be absolutely honest, you can't beat it. I'm not saying that in a all. I'm not saying it in a way that I'm not glamorising. I'm not trying to say it's a good thing. I'm not saying that, but you want a raw answer and a raw interview. I'll give you. You ask me what it's like. It's amazing. When you do your first slam, and then you drug, it's amazing because it's instant hit.
Yeah.
Into your veins, bam. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just hits you straight away.
Yeah. And then, do you find you're always chasing that high? Like, did you ever get equal highs, or you were always chasing that high?
Over time.
Yeah.
But Tina, it's known as Tina, isn't it? The nickname Tina.
Yeah.
So, the best way to describe it is like a toxic relationship. You go in using crystal meth, so Tina, you go in using that, and it's all lovely, and everything's fine. Yes, you get the come downs, but everything's, kind of, you expect, if you're going to do drugs, you expect it to come down. But everything kind of sails along, you pick it up, put it down, and then once she's got you, you're under their spell, then it's like it's too late. Yeah. Then the darkness starts going, then you want it more and more, and then do you know what I mean? It's like a toxic relationship. It's like reeling you in, and then once you're hooked, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But once I smoked it for 2 years, never even touched. I was like, oh. And people were injecting, I was like, don't do that around me. I don't want to see that. And then there's a guy I used to session with a lot. He is really, people go, how could he be lovely? But he was a lovely guy, and he is a nice guy, really. Respectable. But he's a professional, blah, blah, blah. And he never pushed me into it. Anything I've done, look, I'll say now, anything I've done, there's no one else to blame for anything. I can't say always because of this and because of that. All choices I've made have been my own. So I take full responsibility for everything. So even if, so anyway, he said, oh, would you like to try? I mean, he'd asked me a couple of times. He was never pushy, but he's like, oh, do you want one? And then I just gave it. I said, oh, go on then, little. And then, that was it.
Like, that's a game changer for me, like going to injecting. Like, it's levels, isn't that?
And then once you've done that, and then that's when it got big. So then, any drug then I would take would be injected.
Yeah.
I remember going out on a night out once. And we went on a night out, and I made a syringe up and kept it in my pants. My wife fronts, because then it would have a seam, so you didn't. If you wore boxes, it goes under, didn't it?
Yeah.
I made sure I had some tight pants to keep a syringe in my thing. And where you normally go into the toilet to have a bump of coke, I went and did a slam of coke.
Fucking hell.
I slammed MCAT, I've slammed ketamine, I've slammed crystal meth. Yeah.
She'll go into a nightclub, and when most people are having a key of coke,
I go in and do quick. I'd make a big one, the syringe. So then I think, oh, just to get that hit. So just to get that hit. So I'd go and and then I just pull it back, and then I got two more out of that now.
Like, did you not ever think, like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm in a nightclub toilet injecting.
Yeah, no, that was, But it wasn't, I remember I went on a date with someone, and he was a lovely guy, and he came round to mine, and we were having a drink, and I kept going to the toilet. I was going into the toilet, keep injecting meth. He didn't know.
Fucking hell.
And then he was due to stay over. We were at a lovely time. I fucked that up, to be fair. He was actually a lovely lad. He did deserve that, the way I treated him. And he got to about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, mate, you need to go now, because you're not on my level. You're not slamming. You're not doing meth. I need to be around my people now. So I said, you need to go now. He was like, what do you mean? He said, I thought I was staying. He was like, what's wrong? I was like, no, there's nothing wrong. I said, I've got a headache. I don't feel very well. You need to go now. I've got to be up in the morning. He said, can't I just stay? He said, I've driven to yours, and you said I could stay. We weren't necessarily doing anything. He said, my car's parked outside. I live 7 miles away, and I'm pissed. I wasn't pissed. I've had too much. I said, it's fine, I'll get you an Uber. Come get it back in the morning. Just go. And he was like, what the fuck? Because I wanted to be around my people.
Just because he's not on the session?
Yeah, I didn't want him there.
Yeah. How does that make you think now, looking back at that stuff?
Oh, awful for him, because he was a lovely lad.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve that. He doesn't speak to me now, but he doesn't know what's gone on. But I don't expect him to forgive me, but he didn't deserve that. No, not at all, because he was a nice guy.
How much is crystal meth to buy?
On average, £70 a gram, £80 a gram.
And how long could a gram last an average user?
Well, depends. Not long sometimes.
No.
Not long as if you're funding other people's as well.
Well, yeah.
You rack up a few slams or do some pipes and whatever, it's soon gone.
Yeah. But where's this mindset come from as well? Like we said, like on your first stint of being a user, it's meth and all that for the fucking runguns, the bad uns. And then your second stint that you go to.
Go to it.
Yeah.
I think it's because it changed. Because I think it changed. It wasn't. You still had people that done the but Coke and MCAT had been done, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just thought I'm not doing anyone harm. I'm doing it in my own house. I'm settled. I've got my own business. I'm fine. I'm not doing anything. I can cope with this. I can handle it. I'm not going to get addicted again. I mean, you just do.
Yeah.
And then once you've injected, it's game over because you can never hit that high again.
Yeah. When you started injecting, was it injection only then, pretty much?
Oh yeah. I'd go to people's houses, and like I knew they'd have teen, and they'd say, "Oh, do you want some meth?" I'd be like, "Yeah." Like, I said, "What are you doing, injecting or smoking?" They're like, "Oh, we only got a pipe." I was like, "Oh, that's no good to me." I said, "Have you not got any needles or anything?" I was like, "Let me go home and get one." Then I said, "Because I can't. There's no point. It's pointless me doing it. I may as well not bother."
Like, don't you think, like, me listening to that, obviously I've never touched that stuff, like, that sounds like proper...
It's a devil joke. So
proper junkie stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I used to say, I've said it before, but when I did my first, when I used to inject, doesn't matter if there was someone there or whether I was on my own, I'd do my injection and I'd say to myself, out loud, or say to myself, I'd always go, "Here we go, here's the devil juice." And I'd say that.
Knowing, like, yeah, it's you telling you, like, you know he's wrong.
Yeah. The devil juice, because it just makes you a fucking dirty bastard. Fucking,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All your inhibitions go, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you just don't, it's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd always say, "Oh, here we go, it's the devil juice."
Where's the transition as well from, like, doing it as a party drug, even though it's not, but that's what you're using it for, to then, like, doing it on your own?
So every time, each session I was on, each session would start getting longer and longer and longer. And the time in between doing it, so I'd come off the session, have a couple of days, and then I get back on it quicker. So it's a slow burner.
Yeah.
Some quick burner. For some people, it depends. It can happen quick, but for me, it was kind of like, oh shit. And then my longest session was 5 days. So I started on the Thursday, got up at Thursday morning, worked, ordered my first gramming of Tina on the Thursday evening, about tea time, 6 o'clock. Did a slam, 6 o'clock Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then I remember I'd got the last, it was Monday night, Tuesday morning, I think 5 o'clock Tuesday morning. I was like, this is enough. And it's literally shaking. So 5 days on it.
Yeah.
No food, maybe a bag of crisps or minimal water. You'd be dehydrated because you'd sweat on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the sessions would get longer. Then it's just like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
And then you know you've got a problem.
And then even then, like, you're injecting and everything else, which is making you numb to the fucking damage you're doing to yourself.
So yeah, so also, it get to a point you become. So I would say my head's. I would say my body's high, my head's not. So what I mean by that is your heart is after 4 or 5 days, bang, 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 but your head's not high.
Yeah.
Your body's like, enough now.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm like, I need more. Yeah. So I would just go. I could have just done maybe a small puff from the pipe. No. I had to go and just do. I remember even once. This is true. I remember just injecting myself with water to get a thing. I'll tell you what the biggest thing was when I stopped doing it was seeing that. I mean, sorry guys, just being honest. Seeing that. So putting the needle in, drawing back, and then seeing the blood. That was a thing. I thought, yes, I've got the vein.
Yeah.
You've got the vein. So I inject myself. I boil water, let it cool down, obviously, and then inject the water just to feel something go through.
Like the psychological side of it,
Yeah.
isn't it? That, yeah.
I had some twats that used to come around. They didn't have a clue. You know, like I said, I was sensible, and I'd say, I'd make them a slam, whatever. God, you inject me. I was like, mate, no, calm the fuck down. Do you want me to inject you with boiling water? Because obviously you have to dissolve it in boiling water.
Yeah.
I was very sensible. I'd said, no, leave it. I'd have another cup there with cold water to put it in just to cool. I said, no, 2 minutes, let it cool down. I was very sensible. I know
It
not
sounds
to.
it, yeah, like the fucking...
I was very,
Yeah.
yeah.
The pharmacist who's got it under control.
Well, yeah, and I remember one guy, we were doing some GHB, and he come and he said, oh, give me some GHB, I'll have two gram. I was like, it doesn't come in grams, it's liquid. I said, what do you mean? I said, you mean 2 mil? I said, I had to go at him. I said, mate, I'll tell you one thing. I said, you need to liven the fuck up because I said, I'm good, I'm all right. I said, you're going to go into someone's house and they're going to fuck you over.
Yeah.
I said, you need to be, because it has been, you know, I said, you need to come up here and watch me. I said, you need to learn. I said, you need to be watching people. I said, because you need to be watch what you're taking. I said, because this could end nasty. I said, you're not giving you 2 meals. I said, you'll have 1.
Well, fuck off.
Oh, yeah, well, fuck off. Because it's me the cunt that's fucking paying for it.
Do you think this... Is that a thing, like people taking advantage of others in the community?
Yeah, but I don't... Yeah, but to be fair, it wasn't... Yeah, it can do. I think it was more so when I was first starting with the... Because you get all the scutters from the nightclub and the bars. I think it's more so there. Most people I session with using Tina, most, not all, had their own or had money and say, oh, buy, do you know what I mean? Because even if I'd ran out and I was at someone's house and I'd say, oh, they're going to get one, I'd always say, I'd say, look, I've got no cash on me. I said, but send me your bank details, I'll send half over or whatever I use, we'll work it out. Yeah. I'm not a freeloader, never have been. I
spoke to a guy once who was around the scene a little bit, and he says he wouldn't touch that stuff, but he was around it. He says he'd be in bars with the lads who were doing it, and they'd pick up like younger lads who had never touched it in their life. And
then kind of giving it to
them and then having their way with them, so to speak.
Yeah, there's a guy, oh God, what story, how does it go? I think there was a story with a guy, someone was telling me he liked giving them F or giving them GHB, or one of them for the first time, making them go under. It can get a bit. There's a guy, wasn't there, in Manchester, he's been put away now. Did you hear about him?
He was like a Filipino bloke or something, wasn't he? Yeah.
So he lived near the gay scene.
Yeah.
And he did this over a few years. He'd go out and he'd pick up someone that's a bit like, oh, pissed. He'd take them back to theirs, but not to raise suspicions. He'd have all the drinks in the bottles made up, but like you've got your drinks over there made up. So so he wouldn't have to start. So he could easily go to them. Oh, nothing to hide. Look, here's your drink, and and then I think he raped about 400 people.
Yeah.
But going back to you said about the injection, and I caught sepsis. Because I'd ran out of. I'll show you some pictures actually after the podcast. I won't put them on the podcast, but I want you to see them so you know it's genuine. I think it was like 3 or 4 days. Ran out of fucking veins in the arm, so I started hacking at my feet, and then my feet kind of boom, and then I was literally on my own, and I was dehydrated because I hadn't been walking, and I kept spasming like that because I had no salts or electrolytes in my body.
Yeah.
And I was doing that, and then I was cramping, and then I couldn't stand up, and I had to stand up to stop the cramp, but I couldn't stand up because my feet was, and then I had to call the ambulance. They had to take me in, and I caught sepsis. I was in hospital for 5 days on that one. Came out 5 days after, got back on it again. That didn't stop me.
Yeah.
I've got my arms are clear, really, considering. I will show people.
I can see the mark, yeah.
This one, that was my main one. It makes me laugh now when I go for a clinic appointment for sexuality. That's a lovely vein there, look. So I go for a clinic appointment, you get sexually health checked. That's one good thing about gay men, they do that. And she always goes, I said, darling, you know, I'm not, just do it in that vein, just go where I tell you to go. And she won't listen, she'll always go in. I said, I did tell you, I said, go in that one. She said, oh, you do know your veins, don't you? I went, yeah, I do. They know me though, because they know I'm clean now. So but I just say to them, look, because I get a bit hot now. If you do, the needle comes out, and it never used to bother me. I don't get fainted, but I kind of see the needle, and obviously it takes me back a bit, and I get a bit, I don't look. I said, yeah, go on, Donnie. I said, just use that vein, let's get it over and done with, because I know where to inject.
Yeah. With the...
I could be a phlebotomist.
Yeah, it's not very good money though.
No, it's not. No. Fucking would have made London's amount of people after.
Look, how it's in the gay community, obviously, from what I'm hearing, like the drug use is quite open. Is it not like frowned upon or like?
Well, by some people, yeah. But I don't think a lot of people realise, especially straight people.
That's what I mean. Like if I was in a like normal everyday nightclub and people are fucking talking about meth and that, look, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. A lot of people associate with America.
Yeah.
Because you see those people, if you Google crystal meth America on people, fucking hell, teeth falling out.
Yeah, zombies.
Yeah. Proper, like, and that can happen to you. I'll be honest, got my teeth here, my turkey teeth, and I had them all done, and then I went back. I had to go back to Turkey 4 times because my teeth get falling out, and I was like, I kept having a go at them. To be fair, it wasn't their fault; they're not watching, but because your teeth, they kept falling out, and at the time, it's not. Now I've got clean, and so I thought that was because of meth. And I kept saying, they was like, I don't understand what you're doing. We're using hard glue. And I had to keep flying back to Turkey. I swallowed 2 of my teeth once.
You know.
I had to go back and get new.
Yeah.
Because I swallowed them in my sleep. Because they'd fallen out. Because it weakens the gums.
Yeah.
But they're okay now. They haven't fallen out. I always do check. Because I'm always paranoid. But no, they're fine now. But they kept falling out. And I was like, what the fuck? And I used to have a go at them. I was like, fuck, you know, I've got to pay to keep coming back to Turkey for you to put these fucking teeth in. And I'm like, oh, hold on a minute, it's probably my fault.
How far into addiction do you have to get for those kind of things to happen? Do you know what I mean? Where you get serious side effects like teeth dropping out.
It depends on the person, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say...
That's not a dabbler, is it? That's serious stuff.
I don't forget, my actual teeth didn't fall out. These are these are crowns. These are caps, I don't know what they call them. But still, it shows that it weakens the gums because not many people's teeth fall out. You have. I think it depends on the person. I think you know, because you put your body through some half shit. Yeah. When you think about it, you're not eating for days, you're not drinking properly for days, and then when you do start eating again, you know, when you eat shit because you want to eat McDonald's and stuff.
Yeah, you need to reload, don't you?
Yeah.
When you are sober for like 2, 3, 4 days, like how are you, the mental health, the physical health as well?
Still going to the gym, but because gym helps me mentally, so that's good. And that used to tie me over. But mate, people would say to me, "Oh, stay away from the people, stay away from areas, stay away from the..." Mate, you could be anywhere. I've had cravings and waves come over. I call it waves. You probably know what it's like. You have a wave come over you. It's like a mad hot flush, and then a wave come over. I've been on the toilet, and I've had a wave. Yeah. And I've sat there having the toilet, and I message them when someone's coming over and dropping off. So the waves will come over you from any time. Yeah. And they were more frequent. And they still come on to me now, but it's not as bad now.
Talk to me about the Chemsex.
So I never had sober sex for 4 years. It was all drug fuel.
How's that even possible? Like that just aren't that much of a fucking session?
Not so much that. It was I had no interest when I was sober to have sex.
And that's because of the drugs?
Probably, because I'm pretty exhausted, and then you get back on it again.
Yeah.
And then you start to I always mentally you put them together. So you put your drugs and you put your sex together, chemsex. So you put them together, and I always related the two together. So I never thought, would even contemplate having. Oh God, you know what I mean? So that's probably why. Your perfect example of that is I went on that date with that lad, and I thought, well, we might have sex here, and I kept going to use. It never happened in the end, but I thought, oh, we're gonna have sex. I'm gonna have sex sober. Yeah. We're going to inject.
Would you get to the point where you're injecting, and then thinking, who am I gonna fuck?
Yeah, but,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you do it on your own.
Yeah.
You've been sessioning, you've seen loads of people, and you think, oh, just do it, and you end up doing it on your own, and shit, man. Yeah.
Is that a popular thing in there?
Yeah, doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, guys. I know people are going to be like, we're not all like that. I'm not saying you all.
Just
like
from
that.
your experience.
From my experience, and I'm still not saying everyone's like. I'm just saying that because I know people watch these things and they go, "Oh, you're painting a bad picture." I'm not painting a bad picture. I'm painting an honest picture, and I'm saying that it happens whether you like it or not. I'm not saying all gays do it. I'm not saying all bis do it. What I'm saying is it happens.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, of course.
Cut that crap or they will stop. But do you know what I mean? Because people jump on, they go, you're tired of the rainbow. And it's not, I'm not, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is real. Because I'm living proof it's real. So I'm not saying all gays do it. A lot of gays, a lot of gay people look down on it. And they're like, oh, it's fire. And then they're right to.
Yeah. Well, I suppose when you're with a group of people with all the same mindset, STIs and STDs have got to be rife.
Yeah, but again, yeah, they can be. I never caught, to be fair though, I never caught loads. Because a lot of people are on PrEP.
Yeah.
And most people, one thing about the gays, they do like going and get tested. They are good at that. So I don't think the straight people could learn a fucking thing or two, actually. Yeah, and I always got tested. So that was, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't run that risk of HIV because you're on PrEP. You're not PrEPers, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's... And then they give you the new thing now, doxyprep, which if you have just like antibiotics, that stops you getting committed, it prevents it, lowers the risk, because you take it between meeting people or something. I can't remember how it works out.
Yeah.
And then there was a gonorrhea jab you can have, vaccine.
You know?
Yeah. And then I had my monkeypox. I'm a human papillomavirus one. They do that. NHS are good for the gays. They do give them out, or any jab going.
Yeah. I suppose as well, like, if you've only had non-sober sex for 4 years,
Yeah.
then going to sober sex, you've got to be thinking, this is fucking shit.
Yeah, you think it's good. Yeah, yes. And also nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It's almost like being a
Performance
virgin.
anxiety.
Yeah. Because when you're on these drugs, all your inhibitions go, so you're like, fucking hell, I'm the
Mr.
best.
Confident,
Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? Swinging it round and fucking doing whatever. But yeah, you do, and it's like, So, yeah. I'll go into what I do now if you want.
Nah, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
So you, in this period, so how long was you on the meth for?
4 years.
What's the worst thing you saw while on meth?
Well, I think the worst experience, getting the sepsis.
The sepsis.
I mean, come on, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Crawling round, couldn't, to go in. And I only had a neighbour next door that would have helped. All I had to have done is just message her, ring her, come in, and he said, she would have been in there like that. But she couldn't, because I'd been on the session 4 days, so there was stuff, there's needles. You know what I mean? I didn't want to walk into that.
Because sepsis is like a known killer for drug addicts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no killer. Yeah, it's a lot of things. It's society. There was a massive campaign about sepsis, wasn't there, a while ago? You can't mess. You can't fuck around with that. You've got to be on. Yeah. And I even then see. Although I've been on it all for 4 or 5 days. I was still very. Oh, this doesn't seem right.
Still a pharmacist in you.
Yeah, Dr. Mason. Yeah, I was still very sensible in that way. There was a doctor. He was a doctor. He used to do the sessions, lived near me, he died. So it shows it can happen to anyone, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. You always are hearing that. Like, I've always said, like, heroin addicts and, like, smackheads, like, they're pretty invincible. Then you hear, like, sepsis has killed them.
Yeah.
It's
not the actual drugging, so it's the infection, complications due to taking them, yeah.
So when you're on these sessions, what are some of the people you'd come across?
Mostly professional people.
Yeah. Which is scary, isn't it?
All professions.
Yeah.
Lawyers, surgeons, doctors, teachers, head teachers.
It's scary, isn't it, that when you think of it?
Yeah.
Very scary. Yeah. So at what point did you decide to get sober?
In August last year.
Why?
Exhaustion. Just had enough. I just couldn't. I knew I had to, do you know what I mean? I just could see myself. Two people had said something to me. A couple of people had said, something's not right about you, you're not the same. Something's happening, I don't know what it is. And I thought, fuck, the mask's beginning to slip.
Yeah. A bit like your family and stuff was trying to get
Yeah,
things.
and his very good friend, like, she didn't know, and she said, something's not quite right. I can't put my finger on what it is, I don't know what it is, but something's not right. And I thought, and the lying, and just, you get exhausted from it. And then no relationships broke down, but then relationships started to weaken a bit.
Yeah.
I messaged my family, mum and that most days, 2-3 days, are you okay? And I thought, then that puts my anxiety into me, and then, people trying to ring you and you're just ignoring them, and why aren't you answering? Are you okay? Just exhaustion, feeling down, and just, horrible.
Do you think at the time, if people, like say your mum for example, found out you was on meth, would you have been embarrassed?
Yeah.
Just because it's a dirty label, isn't it?
Yeah,
Meth.
yeah.
It's not like coke.
No. Yeah, you feel ashamed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's not a good. But then again, well, not then again, but I mean, it depends where. Like I say, in the gay community, it's more known. So someone straight like yourself, it is a bit like the unknown. You're like, fucking hell. When I go to a gym in Birmingham, proper man's like proper gym. Do you know what I mean? Not one of these pure gym. And they're all like, oh yeah, go on. You tell them back quick. Tell them my story. Like, what the fuck? These are proper geezers. Like, do you know what I mean? They're like, and I said, you're a fucking pussy, man. You're a big man. That's all you're like. But they didn't have a clue. They're like, whoa, I didn't even know this went on.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have a clue it went on.
Do you think it's weird that there is a hierarchy of drugs? In reality, you're a drug addict. You're a drug addict, aren't you?
Yeah.
There's a hierarchy I've found.
Yeah.
It's a weed's completely acceptable.
Yeah, I suppose it's also how you consume it, I think.
100%, yeah.
Because don't forget the latter ones, like the meth, crack, heroin, either have to be done by smoking. I'm thinking smoking it. With weed, you smoke it in a cigarette, so it's a bit different with tobacco. With your crack, you got the pipe, and with the tina, you got the pipe. With the heroin, it's injectional. You know what I mean? So yeah. Probably there is a hierarchy, but I suppose it's done on severity, isn't it? Of what one can cause. Weed's not really going to kill you, is it? Well, that's what it could do, but
yeah. But yeah, I think it's just I think the line's crossed when you start injecting.
Oh yeah, because there's
no way back. Yeah,
there's no way back.
Yeah, there's no way back. Yeah.
But I'm all or nothing, so I had to go and fucking do it, didn't I? I had to go and experience it.
How did you find stopping it, or could you just click your fingers and stop? Like, how do you know what I mean? You've been a deep addict for like 4 years. How the fuck do you just stop that?
Take yourself away for a bit.
From the people.
Yeah, and the area.
Okay.
Go down to maybe somewhere, like go and see my friend down in Brighton, or maybe go and see my friend my family in Devon. Somewhere where I know I've got no contacts. Somewhere I know you can't get it if I get that urge. You can't get it. Yeah. And you're not going to drive all the way back to Birmingham to do that, because by the time you might have gone. So yeah, that's what I do, yeah.
What about cravings and stuff at the time? I know we still now get the hot flushes.
I still get the hot flushes and stuff. Well, I had mindset, but also my new venture and doing that. Going into content creation, basically, doing that. That was my new... Once it started taking off and doing well, I don't want to fuck that up. So, but when I came off it the first time, and I started saving money, that was good. But,
yeah, so like, you was a coke addict, then you concentrate on saving money.
Yeah.
Then you was a meth addict.
Yeah. And
then you've moved yourself into a new business venture, content creation.
Yeah, and you can't be... People think it's easy doing content. There are more bigger jobs and more strenuous jobs out there, don't get me wrong, but it is a lot of admin. There's a lot of stuff. You've got to be on the ball, because you've got to edit it, you've got to go and you've got to travel a lot to do these content, you've got to you know what I mean, you've got to keep your mind on the game, you've got to upload all your social media and stuff like that, so you've got to be on. You couldn't do, because I was surviving on meth and I was still working stuff, bare minimum, everything's bare minimum. Do you know what I mean? It's
just getting by.
Just getting by.
Yeah.
So I came off the drugs in August, went into doing adult content creation in the September, but then I didn't do, so August, no sex at all, because I'd still put the two together.
Yeah.
And then I went and started doing content creation, and that's when I've been doing that ever since. I've been clean ever since.
So how do you go from you growing up, you've been a housing manager, to then setting up your own cleaning business, to then content creation, getting your cock out on camera in reality? How's that transition?
Fuck knows, really.
Why is the question?
It's something I wanted to do for a while, but then I always wanted to do it sober.
Yeah.
Because I had feelings of doing it during my meth use, and I thought, well, no, I'm not going to do that.
What draws you to it?
I think...
Easy money?
No, it's not. I don't know what...
I know you know it's not, but is that what's the draw? Like, it's not easy money at all.
It's just something I had a passion for doing, and something I thought I could be good at once, and actually do something and enjoy it, and it's worked out because it's made me happy, and it's kept me sober. It got me sober and kept me sober, and I think now it's just, I'm doing these podcasts and I'm raising awareness and I'm doing so much other things, and I've set up a new content creator WhatsApp group for people in Birmingham. I've been nominated for a Grabby Award, which is best newcomer into the adult industry. I'm going out to Spain 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, actually, this Saturday. It will be the Grabby Awards, and I'm best newcomer, so I'm up for an award. So things are happening, and I'm keeping busy.
Yeah, distraction for the mindset again.
And when you come off a drug, like I was saying to you earlier, when you come off a drug, especially like Tina, there's a massive dopamine. It gives you a dopamine miss or hit or whatever it is. You miss that dopamine hit. That's it. You miss that dopamine hit. So you've got to keep something to keep you busy, and this is what I use.
Yeah, man. Honestly, everyone doing OnlyFans, I fucking respect the hustle. If you can get paid for fucking and wanking, God bless you. Do you know what I mean? Fair play. I'm jealous.
We're doing a scene in a minute, aren't we?
But like, so you get the idea in your head. You know what? I'm sober. I need a distraction technique. I'm going to do content. If that was me, I'd probably either put a mask on and do it secret, and I wouldn't tell anybody.
I didn't care. Do you know what? I think it's because I've been doing that for so long, and I just got to a point now where I don't care. I wouldn't have done it years ago because I care what people think.
Yeah.
And I think I've done what I've done, and I've got through what I've got through, and you know what? I just don't care now. You get to a point, and I think, you know, as long when I was doing everything I should have meant to tick the box, stereotypically doing, you know, proper job. I'm not saying this is a proper job, but doing my business and everything I should, you know, in a right world should be doing. I wasn't happy, and I was using drugs. Now I'm doing this. I'm happy, and I'm sober.
Yeah.
And I get to a point in life, you know, I know it sounds so corny, like, but you do only get one life. You need to just do what you need to do. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. You don't need to watch. You don't need to follow people. You don't need to go on to these podcasts that people watch and write vile stuff about people, because that says more about you, not me.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to write shit about that. You're probably the one. The people that are writing shit like that, you're probably 40. You're probably still living in your mum's back bedroom. Do you know what I mean? Get a life.
Yeah.
And you're probably jealous because you can't do it yourself.
Exactly that, yeah.
You know,
to a lot of people, you're living a dream.
Well, yeah. But there's a lot of hate out there, but I just don't care. So it'll go over my head. So anyone who gives me hate now, I just fucking block and just move on.
You could be a crypto millionaire and people would still hate you for that.
Oh, of course you do. You're never going to keep everyone happy.
Exactly, yeah.
And everyone's got an opinion these days. And people can't pass an opinion anymore politely or with a bit of tact or decorum. They've got to go out and fucking, and they've got to go in on they've got to attack the person. They've got to be vile on the person. They've got to be, and you know, that says more about the other person saying that shit, I think.
Yeah, of course. I totally agree.
You know, and I don't bother me. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah. So
be nice.
Please.
Please.
How did you tell, like, your family, your mom, for example, that...
And my sister, my mum, I just told her. Now, whether you call it a bit cunning, I did use that kind of look, you know, if you want me to go back doing what I'm supposed to be doing and unhappy and drug using, I'll do that. How can you argue with that? I mean, you can't argue with that, can you?
If you want me to be a drug addict,
I'll start going back doing it. Yeah, but it's on your head. That's what I did do that. That's bad, isn't it? Yeah, I did say that. But I think, you know, and family members, mum, my sister, before they even knew what I was doing, said to me, they said, "We've seen a difference in you lately." Because, you know, they knew every other week I'd be down. They said, "Oh, you seem to be doing very well lately. You're doing good." Rather than getting those lows.
Yes, yeah. You're more positive and happy.
So you can say, "Well, look, this is why."
Yeah.
You know, back it up. So this is why, because I'm doing this.
Yeah. So with the OnlyFans content creation, how did you get into that? So you've got the idea.
Got the idea. So I had a couple of people I knew in the industry. They gave me the tools and I ran with it. So they got me on like forums and WhatsApp groups where the other content creators. And then I just ran with it. And I thought, right, you need to get your own collaborations in. You need to meet other guys to do videos. And I just fucking ran with it and just... I always said I was a good addict, now I'm a good content creator. So I put all my passion into that.
Yeah. How do you find it, like, doing scenes and stuff? Because, like, I'd look at it as a one-night stand, which is fine. But, like, a one-night stand, if I'm going out meeting a girl, I'm having a conversation, we're having a laugh, I'm getting to know her, and I'm like, I want you. Whereas I presume what you're doing is more of a transaction.
Well, yeah, because we're all in it together.
Together, you're all got the
it's
same
a business.
mindset, yeah.
We're all in the same
But
business.
I couldn't do that.
And I
do business.
No, it's that's
Yeah.
fine.
Do you
But
know what
I know
mean?
this is a business. You know, I've met some content creators who'd be a bit like you, a bit needy. I think.
Yeah, I'd want to go on a date
I don't
first.
want to go. I don't want you to leave. I need to go to the next one. No, but no, you do. And I say to I said, you know, they'd start. You know, I'd say, right, you know, we need to get on with it now. Maybe they want to do a bit off camera, and it's like. You know, I went to see one, he drove miles and miles, and, you know, he had nothing to do all day, and I got there, none of the cameras are up, I was like, mate, what are you doing? Like, you know, get it ready, this is business.
Yeah.
It is a business.
That's where I'd struggle.
No,
But
I know, Don.
I understand business is business.
I know, but only very...
But I'd want to cuddle and stuff,
I know,
and get to know each other.
I'll cuddle in a minute. But no, I know what you mean, it's lovely and all that, blah, blah, but it's...
Are you okay with that? Like,
Yeah.
can you just...
Yeah, it's perfect. It's not being cold or anything like that. It is a business.
Yeah, like, that's what it is. It's the coldness of it, and I can't do
you
that.
don't like the coldness,
Yeah.
do you? No.
I can't do that.
Fine. Well, I said to you, I can't hold down a relationship anyway. I get bored after one date, so this is like one date, and I'm like, oh, wicked.
That's what I mean. Like, I've had like my plenty of one night stands, but do you know what I mean? Like I said, you've got that build up, you've got the anticipation,
yeah.
you're talking, the flirting.
I mean, you do talk, you do have that. You don't just you do speak to them prior, but you don't see them. You see them.
Yeah.
But you do kind of, you know. But we all know they kind of get to know you because they know they're on your ex account. Because obviously I've got an ex Twitter account, so they know what you've seen you do. They know what you're kind of about. They've seen you on other groups and blah blah blah. But no, I think anyone that's there are some content creators that make out their content. They're not making. They just want a free shag. They're just, do you know what I mean? And I work with anybody. I have people messaging me now. Oh, will you do a film with me? Or I'm like, no, because you haven't got an OnlyFans. And if you haven't got an OnlyFans, it's so much difficult because you need to do consent forms, and then they might not fit in the consent form. Then they might change their mind. People are going, oh, if it's amazing, I'll do it. And then you shot the scene, and they're like, oh, actually, no, I've changed my mind now. And I was like, I've just wasted fucking 3 hours.
Yeah. What's all this? Oh, this is unknown to everyone, including me. What's all these consent forms?
You have to do consent forms. So it's legal, you know. You do these consent forms, get them to sign it at the beginning, and if they've got OnlyFans and Adjust for Fans, it's fine. You don't need to, because you can tag them in, but you can't upload a picture if it's without their permission, which is sensible.
Yeah.
But they have to be a user and verified on, and by doing that, they would have already registered on OnlyFans, their national insurance number, because it's all tax paid, it's all done properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's best to get consent forms, and I mean, but you know, if anybody, I've had one guy, he was a lovely guy. He messaged me, I films of him and me up, and he said, you know, Mason, I don't do this anymore. You know, I haven't. He sounded thin. I haven't got to. I could be a cunt. I don't.
Yeah.
I said, we did the film. He's like, I said, it's fine. I'll take him down.
Yeah.
I hope everyone does the same for you and respects you and does the same. I said, no. I said, of course. Just let me know. I just took him down. Anything, any proof or anything we had on X or pictures on Instagram, removed, gone, deleted.
Yeah.
Just respect that.
Just the average content creator, male content creator. What's the average they could make per video? Average person.
I don't know,
Back
because
in the middle.
I don't know, because a lot of people lie.
Of course, yeah. They're always going to inflate it, aren't they?
So I don't, because people lie, people say stuff. But then so I'll give you an example of some of the people I've worked with, and I know they're not lying.
Yeah.
Because they're not just all mouth. They said, look, Mason, you know, this is what I'm making. Have a look, and I know it's their OnlyFans, and I can see. So they're not. But these people go, and I've seen one guy, he makes $9,000 a month.
It's insane, especially if you're subscribing.
And it's real.
Yeah.
But don't forget, it's not just subscribing. So you can do PBVs as well.
The upsells when they're subscribing.
Yeah, PBVs, custom videos, stuff like that.
Yeah. Look, I know women's OnlyFans, the market pretty much is unlimited, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? There's many men out there who are interested in women. It's
harder for straight men doing it, because women don't tend to watch, don't tend to buy. Not many women would subscribe, and straight men aren't going to subscribe to him because they're straight.
It's weird, yeah.
And gay men normally look at gay, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, they make their money, but I think I do know, because I know one straight content creator, and he's got fucking 4 Porsches. So obviously something's right, isn't it?
Yeah. What about guys for pay?
So I've worked with a few of these guys. I've just done a film, it's out now actually, with MMA fighter. I can't remember, it's Titan Tom, but I can't remember Titan Essex, but I can't remember what his fighting name was. He's lovely. And I know that it's a big thing, like, they can't be gay, can they? I ain't going to get into that. I think, I think some, don't get me wrong, there are some, I think they're doing it as a, like, but I think there are some that is gay for pain. It's just, look, the money turns them on, and you've got to take a Viagra or an injection in the cock to keep them hard, and they're away they are.
And now go the full hog.
They don't receive it, but they give it. They've got a hole there, they've got a hard cock, go for it.
Yeah.
And they're making money and good on them. And of course there are probably some that are hiding it and deeply fucking loving it deep down.
Yeah.
But there are some, like Titan Tom, who I've worked with and stuff, who genuinely probably, are straight, and then they're just getting on with it because there's a niche for it, and they see that, and fair play to them. It's a good business opportunity, isn't it?
I understand.
And there's guys like you, and I know other guys, and say, well, I couldn't do that. So I get it. I get it.
Obviously, if someone's flashing fucking 30, 40 grand at you,
It's me bag.
a lot of people are going to change their mind,
Yeah.
aren't they? But if you're doing it, going into it unsure how much money you're actually going to make from that,
Yeah.
the OnlyFans alone's a gamble, never mind going
So
gay for pay.
you've got to take that risk.
Yeah.
You don't try. If you don't try, you don't know, do you?
Yeah, but as a straight man, that's some risk, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, but he knows this guy has been in prison and stuff. I know he's, got round the prison and everything.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit. A lot of guys doing it now.
You are seeing it more and more popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. That big Stacks who's knocking about. Have you seen him all over social media?
Who?
Stacks.
Yeah, you have to show me in a bit.
Oh, he does gay for pay, but he's called Britain's hardest man.
Okay.
He's a fucking numpties everywhere at the
Oh,
minute.
is he?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Tiki-Toki?
TikTok.
Tiki-Toki?
Oh, that HS Tiki-Toki.
Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sullivan is an Harrison Sullivan.
I'd love to do a podcast with him and interview him.
I think he is similar to Bonnie Blue. She's very intelligent.
I met a lot of people that know her.
Yeah, she's very
Oh, you
intelligent.
can't do that with her, yeah.
Yeah, she's incredibly intelligent. People just look at her as slag. She's incredibly
she's
intelligent.
very intelligent. I don't think, and she's just seen and got on it. Good, fucking fair play to her.
Yeah.
I'd work with her, and I would, and I believe, from what I've heard, she's a lovely person as well.
And I think this Tiki-Toki, he makes stuff up about his personality. It's not really him, just for clicks, for money.
Yeah, and I don't actually think deep down he's homophobic.
Nah. I think he's an idiot when it comes to women.
I'd love
lads
to do a podcast. If you're watching, I'd love to do a podcast. I'd love to sit down because I wouldn't go in on that whole, because he did one with Piers Morgan, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's a bait. I tell you what, I've got more respect for TikTok than I have for Piers Morgan.
He terrorised Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan is an absolute baby. How many times? So he stormed out of Good Morning Britain when he was doing that, and he stormed out of that interview with him.
Yeah. Off his own show.
So he's
stormed off your own show.
Yeah, so mate, you're losing it. You're losing it's time
Yeah.
to let someone else younger come in on now.
Yeah.
I've got no respect for him at all. Because he's proper, he can't hold his own, can he, anymore?
Yeah.
But no, with TikTok, and I think, to be fair, I think his mum, I haven't watched the TikToki,
The Louis Theroux one.
the Louis Theroux one. I haven't watched it, but what I can see, I believe his mum's a lovely lady,
Yeah.
and very respectable, and she's definitely not homophobic. And I think he just says, I might be wrong, I don't know him, before the gays say, oh, he is. But I don't know. I think he's alright. I don't know if he's alright, but I think he says stuff and he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, but I'd love to interview him.
Just like, hey, look at Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue will go on Instagram and say she's looking for people's husbands. That's what do you know what I mean?
Their sons.
Yeah, or the sons as well. Yeah,
They're illegal.
Yeah, just to get a rise out of people.
illegal stuff.
Yeah.
Turned heads, but imagine if a man had said that though.
Well, yeah, it's fucking.
Do you know what I mean?
Naughty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
Nothing wrong with it. It's barely legal. What she means is it's over the age. She's not saying underage.
Yeah.
She's just saying
Just about.
But a man has said that. That's you're wrong.
Yeah, you're a nonce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if she said it, it's okay.
Yeah.
But no, these people, they know what to say, what to do, and you know, hands off and fair play to them. I can't say any bad things about them. I think they're all doing what they want to do, and fair play to them.
Yeah, they're making money. Like I said, that tiki-toki, I think is how his generation are with women, which a lot of us old laws say you're a fucking idiot around the women. How he is, do you know what I mean? How he talks to them and like calls them slags and all that, like a lot more respectful.
I think I think he's showing up a bit. He's playing up a bit. I think most of the time. I think deep down he's probably not, because I don't think he was brought up like that.
No, from that documentary.
His mum and dad. His dad was a footballer, I think, wasn't he?
Rugby, but wanted. Had nothing to do with him really.
Oh, did he not?
His mum worked several jobs to put him in private school.
Yeah, I think his mum. Yeah, so I don't think it's that. I think he just got. Yeah, he's a little bit private. I didn't realise he went to private school. Maybe that, because a lot of people. Private schools are great, by the way. I'm not saying bad thing, but I think sometimes they can be a bit closed off if they haven't been in the state schools. They haven't hardened off enough. They haven't seen enough of. They're not streetwise, are they? Sometimes.
Yeah.
A bit more wrapped up.
Yeah.
You seen that guy taking the piss out of him?
The guy who does the Emily.
Yeah. He's doing all right as well.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. And that tiki-toki will react to that, pretending to be pissed off, but he's getting views.
Oh, is he not really pissed off? Do you know what I mean?
Nah, is he fuck?
Do you reckon them to collabing together?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. It's just he can then do a reaction video to him seeing annoyed by you.
And it's intelligent, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's the game.
Maybe that's what you mean. He'd start doing.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. Fucking start calling me rude names, and I'm like, fucking bastard.
But that's another thing as well, like you said about him being homophobic. His age, and he's a lad. He portrays himself as a lad's lad. I've got 5 brothers. Growing up, your normal insult would be, "You gay bastard."
Yeah.
Before my brother, we actually found out he was gay. "You gay bastard." Everyone's a gay. Everyone's a pufter. Everyone's this. Everyone's that.
Yeah.
And I think he's just like that. Just that mindset.
Just a bit childish kind of balance to it. Yeah.
Would you find that offensive?
What?
If someone called you a gay fucker?
No.
A gay bastard?
Don't like there's 2 words I'm not keen on. And there's a lot two words are banned from OnlyFans as well. I get to queer. I don't like the word queer. Now the gay community now have reclaimed that word now. Because don't forget, these young ones, I'm 38. A lot of these young ones coming up, I'm queer. Fair enough, that's right, you're queer. When I was growing up, and the people a lot before me, if you were called queer, it was said in a very derogatory way, and it wasn't with nice tone. It was some nastiness behind it. You know, fucking queer. Do you know what I mean? But they say it now, so I find of respect them in one way and think, well, fair enough, you're reclaiming it now, so you can kind of go back. So if they get called queer now, they go, yeah, I am. They don't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then queer years ago, my gran would always say, "God, I'm not feeling queer."
Yeah.
Like a headache or not feeling quite. And another word, faggot. Fag. I mean, faggot to me is fucking mate ball. Peace.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fag and not keen. I'll talk about fags and smoking. That's not,
Yeah.
But faggot. But no, I'm not easily offended.
Yeah. It's just a word at the end of the day.
It's a word at the end of the day. But I think it's how it's, sometimes it's how it's delivered
Yeah.
and how it's said. But queer. I'd say the young ones, they've reclaimed it now because LGBTQ. So the Q is HIWXYZ21 plus. But yeah, the Q is queer, and but they have to remember. They do have to stop and remember that was always used in a derogatory term. I think they forget that sometimes. I think the young ones coming on now, they've had it quite easy. These kids now are coming out in school and fucking brilliant. Well done. My niece, she's 12. Her best friend's gay, and imagine we'd come out, or I'd come out, or when we were at school.
Yeah.
Fucking battered.
You get killed.
Yeah.
You get killed.
You get your head flushed down the toilet and then followed home and fucking killed.
Yeah.
So I don't think, they don't realise, and I don't like these gays that come, young ones that look down on the older ones that go into the disrespect older gays for being in a bar or a club. It wasn't for them paving the way for you, you wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
So show some fucking respect. It's not all about you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in gay years, I'm 38. In gay years, I'm probably about 58. But yeah, show people respect. But these young ones, not all of them, I'm not saying all, but some, they're like, oh, you shouldn't be here, you're old. And I mean, I know somebody was in a club last year, just before Christmas, and he said to this someone I know, and he's in his 50s, why, I can't remember what he said now, he said, you shouldn't be here, you old cunt or whatever. And it's like, what the and it really hurt him. I would have fucking punched him, do you know what I mean? If he'd said that to me, I wouldn't have given a shit. But this other person he said it to really hurt him. But you don't say that to someone.
Yeah. What's your opinion on... So me and you are going to have obviously different views on this and different sides of the table.
I know what you were going to say.
Go on.
Trans.
No.
Oh.
Nah, I'm not interested
Oh,
in
go on, mate,
people. Obviously, there's two questions to this, so we'll go for the camp guys first. I
think for some people, I've got a friend, one of my best friends, and he doesn't put it. He's what I would say. He's feminine, borderline camp. Yes, like everything, there are genuine people that are very camp and but there are some people that really put that on. I don't care. Because you couldn't do that.
Camp to a straight man is how a girl's girly, I'd say. Would you agree? So I mean, me looking at my partner who's girly, would you say for in the gay world a camp man is like the girly version?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I mean, of course, people play up to it, don't they? Because it's people's. I mean, you know that because people they've been entertainers and comedians in the past that have played up to it because that's their character. They've played up on that. But yeah, you can get people that are naturally camp, definitely. But I think there's some people overrate the pudding sometimes. I think some people put it on.
Is that stuff found attractive?
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah.
Like someone told me once there's a lid. There's a pan up there for every lid. There's a lid up there for every pan. Fucking hell, what was it? Every lid. There's a lid out there for every pan, or there's a pan out there for every lid. So basically, there's someone for everyone.
Yeah.
So there's always be something.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people like that fem thing.
Yes.
They like all that.
Yeah. Okay. And then the second part, all this, you said the LGBTQ plus the everything else on top of it, the he, they, them, who, when, what, question mark. What's your opinion on this? Is it overkilled now? Has it gone over the top?
I think...
It's just your opinion?
No, yeah. I think... You're trying to get me cancelled, aren't you? I feel... Genuine trans people are being treated like the gays were treated back in the 80s and 90s. And I think these people going round saying they're this, that and the other aren't helping the cause.
It's a small portion fucking it for everyone.
Fucking it for everyone else, because there are genuine trans people. People that have transitioned male to female to male, and they've done they've done what they had to do. They've gone and done the therapy or whatever they have to live. There's a lot of people, some people are just taking the fucking piss.
Yeah.
And then people are getting pissed off with it, and they're identified as this and they're that and they're that. Sometimes you've got to look down.
There's got to be a line drawn.
Sometimes you could have gone down to science. Sometimes it does come down to science. But I see... So, if you... say I was to have... Say you're a man and you transitioned to being a female. Mm-hmm. So you had your... Mainly, not your breast, but mainly your genitalia. So you now have a vagina. You've fully transitioned. I would then see you as a woman.
Okay.
I get why people would go... Well, he's still living as right. He's got a dress on. He's got his long hair, and but he's still a man. He's still got a penis.
Yeah.
He hasn't got any breasts. Blah 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 blah. I get that why you wouldn't want them in a opposite sex environment. But I think once someone's had a transition, like there's a guy I know, female to male, male to female, doing the content.
Yeah.
I think it's MTF, so we're all learning, I'm not being ignorant here, MTF, so male to female, or female to male. But he used to be a woman, and now he's a man, and because he was a, hang on a minute, what was he? He was a man, now he's a woman, I can't fucking remember. But anyway, I would see him now as a man.
Yeah.
But he used to be because he's fully transitioned.
So you looked at it for, say, I think if a man's still got his tickle tackle, but he's living every day of his life as a woman, and he's not being weird about it. He's not. Do you know what I mean? He's literally just living life as a woman. Leave him to it.
Oh yeah, leave him to it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? God
You're
bless
going to get the bag head to try and push the thingy and go in, sneak into these places to be an opportunist. But no, a lot of people. No, I think once you transition, I think you've done your bit, and I think then. But no, it's you've done your bit, and then you're like, oh yeah, you're a woman now, you're a man now.
It's just. I think it's gone over the top. There's some individuals out there. It's like.
Yeah.
The fucking gender fluid. It's like today I'm a male, tomorrow I'm a female.
Yeah, you've got to stick to some kind of thing. Yeah.
Do you think at some point mental health and attention comes into it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Because, come on.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, sometimes it's and I genuinely feel sorry for, people who are genuine trans people. I mean now, not these 1 minute wonders. And because they go through hell, really, because they go through, people look down on them now, like we were looked down on in the 80s, 90s for the HIV and all that AIDS thing. And so, it's
hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very hard because you've got them all protesting. It's like, and you get some people there thinking men can actually have children. Like give birth, and they're convinced by it as well. It's
and then I saw that it's mainly America, but I saw someone on the telly the other week, and they'd been given they'd had a baby, and they said, well, what gender is it? They said, well, we don't know.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, that's bullshit.
I think one in America, this man who's trans as a woman, he's still got male parts. We had time off work for period pains.
Fuck off, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like some people, I think it is a mental illness for some people.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for the genuine people, like just be fucking happy.
Being happy and genuine, and they do because it is real. Trans is real. Whatever people think it is real. You are trapped in the wrong. Trapped in the wrong body, and it is real for those people. But a lot of these idiots have ruined it for people because then they tar everyone with the same brush. Like, well, if they're all like that, they're not.
Yeah. Do you think there is gay rights and trans rights and all that? Like, do you think?
What do you mean?
Like, do you think you're treated normally and accepted and? Yeah. That's what I mean. There's people protesting, thinking they're not treated the same.
Don't get me wrong. They probably are still. I've been. I've had to do something the past couple of weeks where I've training for something. I won't say what, but I was in a training environment, and there was a guy, the trainer actually, and I looked at him and I thought, he said stuff, and I'm not fucking. I won't take offence to that, but I think you be careful what you say, mate, because you're, I don't know. So I see why there are people still get discriminated against, whether racial discrimination or sexuality. So I think it still does happen.
It's a part of life, though, isn't it?
But it's not as common. But it still does go on. It still does go on. But if someone's setting out their way to do, you need to report it. And you need to say something. If it's intentional and it's just being a cunt, you need to say something.
Yeah, I think the whole thing just needs simplifying again.
Yeah,
like it was in the early 2000s.
Take a breath. And just come back.
You're either straight, gay, trans. Leave it as that.
Yeah, I mean, someone said what am I? Gay, bi, whatever. I'm pan, because I've been with women, I've been with men, but I've also been with trans. I've been with a male to female. I'll show you a picture of her. She's beautiful.
So would that not just make you bisexual?
I don't know.
But
maybe if it's trans, but they haven't fully transitioned. But this one's fully transitioned, so I would say. So I saw her as a woman because she was a male to a female. I know, but
if you're with a trans
woman fully converted,
either got a vagina or a cock.
Yeah.
If it's got a cock, you've just fucked a man.
Yeah.
If it's got a vagina, you've
fucked
been
a woman.
woman.
Yeah, very true.
Leave it as that.
Very true.
I think don't overcomplicate
it. Don't overcomplicate it. Yeah. You've heard that. Yeah, that's good.
I've now just figured out what pansexual means.
Well, look it up. So it may have changed.
Oh, I ain't gonna start googling that. Fucking. Nah.
I'll Google it. ChatGPT.
I never have my search history. Who knows what'll pop up for me?
You wait till you see my all my content. You'll be looking, going, what the fuck? Delete search history.
I did that to store. I was on holiday with my kids.
Did you look at my stuff?
Well, calm down. Let's get some correction here.
Cut.
Let's get some correction.
Okay.
I'm on holiday with the kids.
Do you not know what I meant by content? Do you think I was just saying, hey?
Oh, so you messaged me, And straight away, I read the message. I always click on someone's profile.
Yeah, but you look on the X or the Instagram.
I definitely didn't look on X.
Mate, if you were blown away, so all right, well, there you haven't seen nothing.
Well, obviously, I've clicked your Instagram. You're in some tight pants. Next to men who are also in some tight pants. I think, what the fuck am I? I just clicked onto it.
Mate, if you were blown back by that, because you didn't click on the link tree and click on my X account, because that's everything on there.
Yeah. Fair play. But moving forwards, with the whole OnlyFans, what's the goal? What's the aim?
Mason Cross a brand. I want to make Mason Cross a brand.
How do you do that?
Keep doing what I'm doing. So continue working on my still do my content. So working with more content creators, but working further afield. So maybe going out to America with some massive stars out there I'd like to work with, if I'm honest. I'm going to set up my own YouTube channel where I just normally do interviews mainly with other content creators, where content creators don't get the opportunity to go on platforms like I've done.
Yeah.
This is going to be for them. It's not going to be about me. I'll interview them, and then that's a platform for their fans to see them as them.
Yeah.
Because I've done a few podcasts, so people know about me. Do you know what I mean? So that I want to make that, and it's can I say what it's called?
Of course you can.
Mason Cross Lines. But then a lot of people aren't going to want to watch that because it's content creators. But yeah, so I want to do that, and just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm nominated for an award. Make Mason Cross a brand.
Do you think to create a brand, you have to be controversial? Do you know what I mean? Like Bonnie Blue, like HS Tiki Toki.
Yeah.
You have to be, as sad as it is nowadays.
No, yeah,
you have to be
do in
hated.
some way. Yeah, I suppose. But then you think that, they're hated. But like, I think Bonnie, I suppose she's got both, and people do like her and respect her.
If you ask your average Joe on the street, name 5 internet brands, social media branded people, they'll come up with people like Andrew Tate, HS Tiki Toki, Bonnie Blue, and none of them are positive.
Maybe I need to start saying some bad shit.
Punching kids and stuff.
Punching kids and knocking them into the road.
But you know what I mean? That's the sad reality of it now. You've got to be hated to be a brand.
Do you know what I will try and do? I will try and do what I do organically, and I'll try and stick to being as honest. I'm not going to fake. I'm not going to start saying views that I don't
Of course, yeah.
think.
Yeah.
You could tell a few white lies, I did this or I done that. But when it comes to actual views, like you've asked me on the thing, that is my genuine thought on trans or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn around and go, oh no, I think they're all, because that's just then being not genuine.
Yeah.
Maybe these guys like Andrew Tate, I believe, he probably has got those thoughts. So he's hated naturally because that's his real thoughts on them.
Yeah.
I don't think Tiki Toki, some of the stuff I don't think he's being true to himself. I think he's jumping on the bandwagon, and I don't think he means everything he says. I do believe that Andrew Tate, everything he says, he believes.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that Andrew Tate, Tiki Toki, I just think he's a little, I think he's a little spoiled private school boy sometimes.
But that's how it is. Like they're looking like you've got to be the bad guy.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work out being natural and me, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I can go and do something
stay
else.
true to yourself.
Yeah, and go and do something else. It's not the end of the world. When you've gone through addiction, you've gone through stuff. This all might end tomorrow. I've done a few podcasts, made a bit of money, done some great scenes. Blah 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 blah. If it all fails tomorrow, well, it fails tomorrow. We'll get on in. What's next?
Yeah.
I didn't think this time last year I'd be doing this.
Yeah.
So like it or lump it. What I would say to people out there again, what we said earlier. Don't go on these platforms. Don't watch these these fucking interviews, and then spread hate and say shitty things about people picking into them because they look a certain way. Don't follow them. There is a block. Just let everybody know out there on these social apps. There's a block button and an unfollow block button. Use them.
Yeah.
Don't follow. So if you don't like it, switch it off.
Just swipe.
There's comedians out there I don't like.
Yeah.
Like that. Fucking, I've got loads of shit for that. All I said, did you watch that new channel that program that was on where 6 comedians they were trying to make each other laugh?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
There was something. Yeah, there was one of the comedians. I didn't find any of them funny.
Yeah.
and I thought I'd made a comment saying, "Oh, I think they're pretending to laugh because they don't want to offend the other comedian. I could have done really well. I don't think I got loads of shit. Oh, you this, that, and the other. Something fun actually said for me. I said it in a nice way. All I said was, I'm sure that nothing going personal with anyone. What did someone say to me? Someone got really gay and put back gay. They said, "Oh, bumboy" or something.
Yeah.
Why you like?
Yeah.
And I was
Just
like,
because you have an opinion, but
yeah.
somebody's not
But I said I
funny.
kept it nice. I didn't say anything wrong. But people, any haters, I'll just unfollow you and unblock you.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that shit.
It's weird, like the internet's made people brave. Like
But they wouldn't say it to your face.
I've had people comment like saying, you look a mess with all them tattoos. I'm like, first off, like, I'm doing a message here about men's mental health and all that.
And then you're saying,
and you're then trying to put me down.
Yeah.
B, for some reason, just mentioning my tattoos.
So you'll get loads of shit about me, I expect.
And C, my tattoos are probably worth more than your fucking car, you cunts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're walking around with
Thousands of thousands on there.
Mm-hmm. It's mad, mate. But I think it says, like we said earlier, I think it says more about them, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Last couple of questions about the OnlyFans. Because you said earlier on, you can get a lot of weirdos just reach out going, I want to make a fucking film, but there's nothing to do with it.
They do, but it's few and far, but not loads, but you do get, of course you're going to get them trying it on. They think it's a good idea. A lot of them think, oh, it sounds great.
Yeah.
But when it comes to it, like, they haven't got the balls to do it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying they haven't got balls, but, it's not for them.
Where does your confidence come from for it?
To do that?
To do the content creation, do you know what I mean?
I think I'm just happy now, and I'm just sober, and I'm lucky to be alive in a way.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, I don't know, I just think I've just embraced, I don't know, mate, I don't know. I want to give like an amazing answer, but I just don't know.
Look, I'm a confident person, yeah? Like, I don't think I'm a bad looking bloke or anything like that.
I've got a semi.
I was wondering why the table was lifted.
Going down now, thank God.
But I couldn't imagine, like, being confident enough to get on camera and get my cock out and then just put it out there.
I know. It's funny, innit? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know.
Look, are you confident within yourself?
Not always.
Ah.
But then you find that, don't you? You find a lot of actors and stuff and comedians that normally suffer with depression, or they've got, they hide behind a character.
Yeah.
But then I'm Mason Cross here. I
You're
think you
youthful
see
stuff.
about now.
Yeah.
All these podcasts, they're all me. That's me. I'm not genuinely me inside and out. Some of the scenes I do aren't necessarily something I'd be necessarily always do.
Yeah.
There's some scenes I do. I go with people. There's some content creators who I wouldn't usually have a relationship or sex with outside of that. So maybe that's,
How do you deal with that? Like, if you're
You can ask me that.
doing like content and you turn up there and the geezer's fucking horrible.
I haven't worked with anyone like that, to be fair. And I know there are some content creators who will very much stick within their own. They only do content with someone who they like personally. And I get that, and I totally understand that, and I totally respect that. With me, I'm a bit more, I want people to go onto my OnlyFans and they will see I've been with every type of person.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit, for everyone there.
Yeah.
But it's not really ever been an issue. I've been with some people I wouldn't usually, if I was on a night out, wouldn't usually be drawn to. But it's all natural, I'm fine with it. I'm not being pressured into it. I'm not being told I've got to do it.
It's pretty similar to the gay for pay, isn't it? It's just, yeah.
But some people don't want to do that. Some people don't know, only stick to a certain type. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But I won't.
Mate, if you're getting money from it, you're getting money from it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, mate. Anything else to finish on? Because I can fucking sit here and talk all day.
I'm done, mate. I'm happy.
Yeah. Right. Last thing I like to finish on. For you, everything you know today can go back to a little 12-year-old you. What would you say to yourself?
Oh, I would. Oh God, I would have started this a lot earlier, I think. And I don't think I'd not worry so much about what people think.
Yeah.
And not do the drugs. Not get hurt with the meth. Yeah, probably not. Oh God, been a bit more sensible maybe with money. Not done the drugs.
Would you say start the life you've got now after your first drug addiction? So after the coke, before the
Yeah.
meth, in the middle.
Yeah.
Moving out to the
Yeah.
middle.
Because then it wouldn't have been so heavy.
Yeah.
I'd have been ahead of the game with all this OnlyFans stuff. So yeah, very much, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But you play the cards you dealt, and you know, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And you just got to do what you got to do and just get on with it.
Always turns out right in the end.
And always wake up in the morning, and if you can't feel the wood in the morning, you know you're good for another day.
Exactly that. What would you say to any people now listening struggling, stuck in addiction?
Reach out, get help. Depends what your drug is of choice. Depends what your addiction is, because obviously it's not just drugs, is it? It's drink, it's alcohol, it's sex, it's gambling. Try and seek help. I'm only going on what helps me, so I can give a personal. Anyone out there suffering with meth addiction, most people, I don't think there's loads of, I shouldn't really say that really. I can't imagine there's loads of straight people in the UK or big. There probably is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I say who helped me on the?
Of course you can.
There's a guy online. Called Dr. Dallas Bragg, and he's on TikTok and he's on Instagram, and he helped me loads through meth addiction. So go on, find him on Instagram or TikTok, and reach out and message him, because he's been amazing. Look at some of these videos. You could have a one-to-one with him and see if you can do some. See if you can do some coaching with him. If you're, if you're gay or bi, whatever, reach out to your LGBTQ plus nearest place, because they do Chemsex, like group sessions and one-to-ones. Local drug site. I contacted. There was one in Birmingham called CGL, Change, Grow, Live, I think, but they wouldn't touch me, because by the time they got back to me, it's 2 weeks. I think I've been I needed some help. I need some help, so I did a self-referral to them. By the time which isn't their fault, they're busy. By the time they got in contact with me, I think I've been 6-7 weeks clean. They said, "Oh, you've just missed the deadline." I said, "What do we do? Go and use again and then come back?"
Yeah.
She did laugh. But yeah, so go and get help. Don't try and speak to somebody and tell yourself you can and you will. But don't let it escalate, and try and speak to somebody, try and get help. Well, there is help, but you gotta want to do it. You gotta want to do it.
Yeah, change starts with yourself.
Yeah, you gotta dig deep, find it within, and you can and you will. Just dig deep and try and get as much support. Just because you got support from one place doesn't mean you can't go. So you could go and get support through Dr. Dallas Bragg. So I'm speaking to them now, Dr. Dallas Bragg, or you could different places. Try and get as much support network as you can.
Different perspectives.
Try and stay. I mean, it depends. I would say, with me, and although the wave can come at any time, try and stay away from things that did. I didn't have sex for a while because I always put sex and drugs together. So I would always want to go and use if I knew I was having sex kind of thing. So I stayed away from that. Also, when you do come off drugs or whatever, try and focus on something. Have something to focus on. Try and think, what am I going to do if I'm coming off this? What am I going to put my mind into now? Maybe a hobby or join another group or something. I'm not telling everyone to start going out and fucking getting an OnlyFans. DM me if you are though, because we could do content. But yeah, so try and focus, because you're gonna miss. You're gonna have that dopamine hit miss, whatever it's called. That dopamine hit. You're gonna have that. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a void. So try and have something to focus on.
Yeah, I would say that with mental health. If you're struggling, go and get help, but then don't just fucking sit there, because your thoughts is going to wind you up. The boredom's going to get to you. Distract yourself. Go to the gym. Get a hobby. Do something.
Go and stay with. If not everyone's got that, but you've got a family that live away, or you've got friends who live away. Try and stay with them for a little bit. Try and get away if you can. Obviously I know. If try and go away. It's funny, isn't it? Actually, very quickly. I went to Thailand for 7 weeks during addiction. And you know what? I never used. It's fucking funny that I never even touched a drink over there. I went over there, it would have been 2 years ago. It would have been 2 years, March, last month. 2 years ago, last month. And I was in the thick of addiction. And I went over there, and I remember actually, there was a lad over there, and he was using meth. Didn't even touch you. It's fucking weird, that, isn't it?
It's mad, you
Went over there, didn't even touch you.
You basically got sober at that point.
Yep. in 7 weeks, come home, used it again.
A lot of it is your circle, your surroundings. A lot of it is
It was lovely over there. It was just lovely. I was island hopping, lovely weather, chilled. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cried all the way when I came home. It's weird. It's lovely life, and you come back. It's like fuck's sake.
Fucking miserable.
Yeah. Then after 2 days, I was using again.
Yeah.
But so yeah. But no, yeah. That's me. That's a nice story.
No, Mason, I appreciate you coming on, mate. I had a fucking great laugh. It's been fun.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Take care. Thank you, mate.
Thank you for listening to From Rock Bottom. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe, like and share. It really helps us keep doing this work and bringing these stories to light. You can also follow us on social media for updates, behind the scenes content and ways to get involved in the conversation. Most importantly, if you're struggling right now, please don't suffer in silence. Reach out, talk to someone, seek support. You are not alone, and you are absolutely worth life. Take care, keep fighting, and we'll see you in the next episode.